the invitation. Thank you for the audience and the respect. I'm very honored to be among my people, my sisters, my mothers, my aunts, and our children. Thank you. Good morning. Okay. I usually don't talk with the mic at hand, so will just indulge me. And this is part of the life we're living, especially post-COVID. We have to indulge each other and make adjustments. So, all right. I have 15 minutes, and that includes questions and answers as I understand it from the speakers. I do also want this to be engaging, and if I throw out half my speech, I will do so if need be. Okay, thank you. Today we are discussing the notion of inclusion in the creative and television space, as I have experienced it. As an African woman, I recognize the creative industry's profound impact in shaping perceptions, attitudes, and cultures on the local and global scale. The creative arena possesses immense power and influence. One only has to look at Instagram, Facebook, and of course TikTok. All the pictures we've been taking today, this will inform what people think about us as Africans. We're gonna put them on our Facebook, our Instagram. People will share and see them, and they will understand who we are, how we live, how we eat, how we dress, how we talk. We are living in a time and age of media being in the hands of the people. We have a great opportunity to shape and influence these narratives, especially those narratives that benefit our businesses, our society, and our families. I've listed business first, not in any order, but because we're talking about business. Obviously, we know what our priorities are and the order. How are we defining inclusion? Excuse me. Oftentimes, I find when we talk through items, are we speaking the same language? We were just taught how to say hello in our native language. Are we using the same terms? Do those terms have the same meaning? What is inclusion? I will tell you, I was challenged by the word because I was actually thinking about inclusion in the American current context. I won't fill that in, you guys can fill it in. That's what I thought. And then when my staff person, Bekla, who is here, began to research the topic for me, and we began to prepare our celebrations of International Women's Day for our law firm. So I represent the law office, and every year for the past 5 years, we've uplifted International Women's Day. So I'm proud to be here on that. What is inclusion? Let's keep that definition as the other speakers come and we talk to each other. According to the website, that's the IWD website, the Inspire Inclusion theme centers on the belief that when we inspire others to understand and value women's inclusion, we forge a better world. And when women themselves are inspired to be included, there is a sense of belonging, relevance, and empowerment. We only have to look at our mothers, our aunts, our mentors to understand that. And also, let's not forget our men allies who support us. And contrary to popular belief, we know our uncles and our fathers in Africa support us. We know that. For some context, in 2021, McKinsey and Company unveiled a study that looked at the underrepresentation of Black talent across the creative industry. Please keep in mind, I'm using the term Black as an umbrella. This particular research did not distinguish between African diaspora. There is a difference. There are similarities and commonalities, but there are differences. And so obviously for this context, I want to set hope. The study found that less than 6% of US produced film writers, directors, and producers were Black. In addition, Black professionals are scarcely found in executive decision-making roles, with 87% of TV executives and 92% of film executives being white, right? How are we, the African diaspora, viewed in the media? The portrayal of the African narrative in the US media has often been misrepresented and has been relegated to the periphery of mainstream media. What is the African narrative? I don't have to tell you. What do they think about us? How do they think we live? I'm gonna say this, but you guys will laugh because I'm sure there's some new ones. I'm sure my son can tell me some new ones. How did you guys get here? Where do you live? You have cities, cars, the beautiful skyscrapers in Harare. They wouldn't believe it. They wouldn't believe the cars, the life in West Africa. They think we live in jungles. I'm not making this up. This is a fact. You've lived it. Your children have experienced it. They do not know or did not know who we were and what we contribute to this society and the society of the world. In the past, not so distant, these images have resulted in a lack of positive representation for Africans in the diaspora and have perpetuated old and stale stereotypes. For decades, depictions of Africa in the Western media were played by the one-dimensional portrayals. I think I'll skip this one because we already know what it looks like. Such portrayals not only distort reality, but also perpetuate harmful stereotypes. But our reality, yours and mine, become stark contradictions to these notions. Look at this room. Herein lies our opportunity. This is where we are different and where we can make an impact. Today we are seeing that Africans at home and abroad have carved out spaces for themselves, demanding recognition and shaping the cultural landscape. We are setting the stage, we are starting to see an uprise in the positive representation of Africans in mainstream American media. America is not the world. We all know that. But I'm going to situate it in this space. Why is that? Because we are creating it. You are creating it. We are in those places and tables where decisions are being made. And we have made our own tables through business and media. Represented in this room and in the speakers that you'll hear after me, we have made ourselves. You have made yourself. The power of the media for people right now has afforded us the opportunity. We can speak to ourselves, we can speak to our friends, we can speak to our allies. We can speak to the consumer. Please, the consumer is not one type of person. I support all of our different models, but business is business. And green money, is green. It's important to make this distinction. The business people will tell you and talk about it, right? There are passion projects, right? But we're about to make, and we need to make money. This does not go against our values, our faith, whatever. These are basics. And so when we think about all the different projects we're doing, we've got to look at our profit and loss. We have to look at what are we doing. Some examples of how we show up. And what I'm trying to do is set the stage for who we are and where we are in terms of TV and media, and then open up for questions, okay? Short example, Black Panther, all African cast. Showed people all over the world who Africans are, okay? Challenge those notions. Coming to America. The Beloved show. I remember when we were first living in America, the first Coming to America came up. Very crazy, satire. But this is how people learn. They didn't know, if you can imagine, we had royalty. This was in the 80s, the first one. And now most recently, the updated. Another group of Americans and people around the world were exposed to what are the potentials. This movie, showed our cast offering a poignant exploration of immigration, because it covered immigration. The story in the second one, we all know. Children left behind, families reunited, time lost. These are the stories of immigration, identity, and the African diaspora experience. Look at Burna Boy. Who was at the concert on Thursday? What's happening? Am I the only young person here? What's happening? Were you there? You have no excuse. You. It was amazing. Okay? It was sold out. At first, I was sitting there, I was like, this place is not sold out. What are they talking about? Started at 7:30, naturally, all people were late. It started at 7:30. By 9:30, the place was packed. Packed, okay? Downtown DC. Who is Burna Boy? Afrobeats, okay? We're talking still about TV, media, African diaspora, our image, our story. Burna Boy presents his Yoruba culture, my Nigerian culture. Yeah. He speaks, and sings in his language. He beats the talking drum. This is our beats. These beats permeate through the continent in its various forms. Come and see the people dancing. I was like, what? The traditional music, the dances in Washington, D.C., and all over the world are singing Burna Boy songs and others. This is Africans in the diaspora. This is Africa telling our story and sharing who we are as we are. I would read, another subset to think about, African movies. African movies, my mother used to hate them. She's like, they're trash. They're trash. My mom is a UN professional, government person, economist. Many of you have that energy. Mom was like, this is trash. Guess what? That's how they got to know about us. That's how they got to see our culture, how we eat, how we talk, and began to, aspire to look at, oh my gosh, look at the clothes. Look how they respect their parents. Look how their spirituality, all of those things communicated. Finally, Essence Magazine. How many people know who owns Essence Magazine in this room?
Richard Lou Dennis.
And tell me about Rich Lou Dennis.
He's an African man.
Yes, ma'am.
He also owns Shea Moisture, the brand.
Used to own, sold it.
He used to. So part of other investments. He has
Thank you.
investment fund that
Thank you.
invested.
Thank you.
Bunch of stuff, and he
Thank
bought
you.
out of CJ Walker's
Thank you.
property.
So, Essence Magazine, if you're black in America and you don't know, even if you're white in America and you don't know what Essence Magazine is, ladies and gentlemen, we are at the head of one of the largest media companies in America, a son of the soil. Don't underestimate that. Don't underestimate what is coming forward and who we are and what we represent. Mothers, these are your sons, these are your daughters, these are your future. This is what we're able to do. These are just a few examples of the importance of representation in the media and its transformative impact on perceptions, attitudes, and aspirations. Essence Festival is one of the largest festivals in the country. Now, headlines Afrobeats. Now. Why? Obvious, because we're at the table. Finally, what does inclusion look like in the creative space? Because we're all business owners or have ideas of business. What does inclusion mean for us? Okay? As a creative myself, even though I am a CEO, I have skills. I went to a liberal arts college. Let me back up. A liberal arts college, thank you. We were taught to learn. That's all we were taught. We were taught how to, I can do anything. Tell me to build a house, I can do it. Not because I know how to build a house, but because I know what I don't know, and I know what needs. I know that they need a door. I know they need a surveyor. They're gonna need I know how to find that. So what I have done throughout my career, I have taken my skills, which I do now in the law practice, and dismantle and build up. So when we talk about our businesses and how do we present ourselves, our skills, how do we transition? Your skills are transferable. I hope I'm still in my theme. Okay. I understand that inclusion requires a multifaceted approach. It starts with fostering a culture of belonging where one feels valued, respected, and empowered. Don't get hung up on this word belonging in the American context. Nobody does belonging better than African women. Come on. Nobody can make you feel like how we feel. And we make our children, our foreigners feel. So much so we know what that has done. We make strangers feel that they belong. Your business has to make your clients feel like they belong to you. When I had my shop in downtown Silver Spring, I ended up deciding that, look, it was not the right location. I needed to move. One of my clients came and sat down. What am I gonna do? I looked, I said, what? What am I gonna do but here? Because when I need you, I come and sit here. I said, Madam, please, let's go to Kensington. Let's go to Kensington. She felt ownership to my shop, right? There's pros and cons to that. But in essence, the belonging, that's our culture, that's what we have. We need to build that network with our clients. We have vendors here, they're sign-in sheets, they're collecting your email. They're not collecting your email for fun. Please don't unsubscribe from people's email lists. This is how they tell their story. That's what they want. Me, when people were just unsubscribing, I'm like, hello, what's wrong with you? Do you not know what this is? This is not a joke. The other people can be on this, that, and the other. Me, that's what I have is the MailChimp. Sign up, read people's emails, open it, they check it. You know they have it, you can go back and check. Why? Not because you want business, you want good business, okay? The African diaspora has much to share, and what we have to share is impactful. Just look how well we as Africans and people have done in this country. We have done very well. And there's many people, Izzy will tell you, are working to make sure people continue to do well and that they have a part of this American dream. Assets. Some of the things we can do. Now let's get to the, am I okay for time?
Yep.
Thank you very much. Okay, I'm gonna list down things that we should be doing because we were instructed to give some concrete examples, okay? You wanna create, produce. All these pictures you're taking, I hope you're doing something with them. Call to action. Yes, I look nice. Yes, my dress looks nice. What is the purpose of it? Why? Page, okay? Social media is not a joke. It's not an understatement. You've heard it over and over again. When I had my shop in Silver Spring, I was on social media consistently. I also paid for a, what is the name of it? A PR rep. Fatmata knows that I have brain fog. So I used to blame it on COVID, long COVID, but it's actually menopause. So when I stop forgetting things, just that's it. Present. Tell your story, tell our stories, use the mediums that are out there. Marketing, be a part of your marketing. Be engaged. Partner up. Understand your subject and your product. I should have started with that, right?
Yeah.
I've done a significant amount of TV, okay? A lot. Unfortunately, and we'll share the link, you'll see like my reel. Not because I want to boast, I'm just telling you I've done it. When they put the camera on me, I started talking. My first TV segment, my aunt was at the house. She was visiting from Nigeria. My auntie Turi, she is the first female solicitor of the Federation. Aside from being from our family, she's not a joke. When I told her what I was doing, whatever you do, don't stop painting. I was practicing. Oh, I'm here and Madam, paint. When the camera gets on, you better know what you're talking about. Know it inside out, upside down. Develop a business plan Okay, I'm gonna finish. Develop your business plan, listen to one another. I wanna highlight there are people in the room that can help you with your business plan. You need a business plan. You need a marketing plan. Understand your competitors, be humble, understand AI. I was told to finish, so I'm done.
So much to unpack, and I'm gonna let you stand here for a while. Do we have any questions? We have a few minutes for